Hello, and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn.
We thank each and every one of you all for joining us for another week of conversations that we seem to be running out of topics with.
No, not with the world we living in. We're just kidding. Like, no.
Well, no, you're right. We're not running out of topics with that sense. We're running out of topics with things that we really want to discuss.
Right.
Some other stuff we discuss that we can't even bring to you all sometimes.
Right.
And we have gotten some requests for other things. But as soon as we figure out how to spin those things, or maybe even have guests on that can talk about them better than we can, we will definitely have those conversations. So more to come on that.
Yeah, we've done a lot, but we haven't done everything. And it's nothing better than getting it from a person who's in the middle of it, has done it, been there, done that, and willing to share their stories with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that takes a different kind of coordination, if you will.
Absolutely. So we got the request, but it's coming. So just hang on. So, before we get into, you got announcements? Before we get into today's shout outs, you got announcements?
Oh, that is Juneteenth, and I'm feeling really good. We're really feeling good, and we went to Juneteenth celebration in Oceanside, California yesterday, and Rosa's going to somewhere else today, and we're gonna be
I'm
somewhere
going
else
to Earth, Wind, and Fire today.
Are you? Juneteenth. Well, they're gonna fit it in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sure, they're gonna say something. But by the time you all get this, Juneteenth would have passed. But just know that we as African Americans and Black people, we celebrated 365, 24/7. So we will like to just say Happy Juneteenth to you.
And we have new shirts. Look, I wore my other shirt so much, Rosa had to break down and buy me a new one.
I said, we get to this thing tomorrow. When we went to the Juneteenth thing, I knew a guy that was selling them. I was like, we're going to get you a new one. Well, so I had to get her a new one because she was killing that other one.
Well, you know, I just wanted her to know that I appreciate her gift.
Ah, okay.
That's what it was. And also on another serious note, we just want to remind you that this is just for social and entertainment purposes. We are not credentialed, though I play one on TV, life coach extraordinaire. But seriously, we're just
bringing it to you like we have it.
Two Black lesbians who found each other during this lifetime, and we're trying to do the best we can with what we got.
Absolutely.
And so far it's working. Yeah. And we just want to share with you some of our experiences, parts of our journey, and things that makes you like, me too. Let us know that we're not alone, and like, when will my mother-in-law leave? That kind of whatever the issue may be. Them children. But seriously. So back to you.
Absolutely. So, also we're excited about the party on July 16th. We can't wait to meet you all, who all is coming. I know some of you all express you want to come, and some of you all are internationally trying to get here, but we would just love if any of you all are coming. So we're excited for those who are, and we're looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
So, but I'll put a little bit on our site just so you all can get, some people don't want to be filmed, and I get that, and I'm okay with that. But
just let us know. We won't film it. Yeah.
So, and I did that last year. Some people didn't want it, and so we had way more people at the party than you all even saw on the tape.
Right. And that's okay. We understand. People are at different places on their continuum. It's all right.
Yeah. So, and we get that. But nonetheless, we are excited about that. Okay. Y'all know what time it is. If this is your first time with us, we're getting ready to do shout outs, but we would like for you to like, subscribe, and share our videos if you are new. And if you're returning, we thank you. And it's shout out time.
Yes. Who's the shout outs for, babe?
So first shout out today goes to Sunshine R. Thank you for being a subscriber to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa, and thank you for your comments. Also Yvonne A. We thank you for your comments as well. And I want to say it's Mike P. M-I-C-K. Mike P.
Or Mick.
Thank you. or Mick?
Mick P.
Mick P.
Yeah.
Okay. Mick P, thank you for your subscription to our channel.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate you. And I know that now we are friends on the Facebook channel, so that's why I'm shouting you out today.
Oh,
so
can we talk about it quickly? It's not an announcement. Well, it is an announcement, but something we can share right now, or you want to hold it for another week or so. And that is that we're going to revisit our mission statement.
Oh, absolutely.
Because,
absolutely.
yeah.
Our last video, we both made some comments, and then we got some comments from our subscribers that we didn't want to seem like we were excluding anybody.
Right.
But if you read our mission statement, it does read that we are here for the African American diaspora, lesbian land,
and the greater, the greater community, which the flag, the umbrella, it covers us all.
Right.
But when we in its inception, Rosa and I wanted, because we are black lesbians, we wanted to talk to other black lesbians, and it's never a one size fit all. But I know, there's people who don't look like us who've gone through the same thing. So we're talking to all women, all people, all whatever in between you are. You know what I mean? If you tune into the show and you heard something you needed to hear today, go with it. You know what I mean? So know that we love you, but we're all going to fine tune that statement, that mission statement, to let you know, totally inclusive. But you got to, when you're trying to feed the hungry, you got to feed yourself first.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
All right, that was pretty good then, babe. Thanks. Okay, so today's topic is a part 2, and we're going to be taking another look at self-care. And the reason why we decided to do a part 2 is, one, that's been, kind of the hot topic on social media as well. And also, it changes. So self-care looks different for you at 20 than it may at 25 or at 30,
Absolutely.
So we definitely,
or 60.
Yeah. So we definitely need to continue to talk about it and to make sure you are getting that self-care. And the one thing that I want to say is that I do love the topic. I love to talk about self-care. And before, I must say that before, I used to get uneasy with the topic, because honestly, I didn't really even know what self-care was or how to give it to myself. Right, exactly. Right. So everybody used to talk about self-care. I used to just think it was, going to get your feet done, going to get a massage, but it's so
taking
much
a shower
more.
3 times a day, whatever it is.
Absolutely. And for me, I just want to be whole and happy. And so I had to step back and see what that looked like for me. And I had to fine tune it for me, because I'm a big advocate when it comes to other people. I want to cheer you on. I want to be that number one.
Oh yeah, you're a cheerleader.
Rah-rah person for you. But I just didn't know how to do it for myself. And so I think when I thought back on self-care, mine had to start with from the inside out. Like, I had a lot of trauma that I needed to fix and is fixing to understand what I need when it comes to self-care. And I had to figure all of that out before I can even, begin like the external stuff, like, knowing that it's just more than going to get a massage or going to get my feet done. So that to me was self-care, just making myself, whole and happy, and what that looked like. So I'll get in a little bit more of what that does look like, but I'm going to see you want to talk about what that looks like for you, or you want me to continue on? I just didn't want to, dominate the whole conversation.
No, it's all right. And if that's what if you want to dominate the day, be my guest. But
you know what?
help yourself. But but it was Rosa was saying, we decided to do a part 2 because, quite frankly, the need was still there, and as we people really wonder, how do we come up with the topics, because normally somewhere in that week or somewhere in the news, or somebody done did something with somebody, to somebody, whatever, something comes across our mind and was like, wow, we need to talk about that a little more. How do you feel about it? So with self-care, the topic never went away.
Right.
And then we go back to our videos and look at the top 10, the top 5, and I'm like, there's a reason why 14,000 people want to talk about this, because they feeling it. They feeling it. And
Absolutely.
so when you take the time to view a video, think about it, rinse it, chew it down, whatever you do, and take it all in, there's a reason that you're spending your time with it, because you're interested. It's okay to make that connection. So there's one thing I do want to share, that as Rosa say, self-care is much deeper than, I got a massage, I got my toe, my toenails match my fingernails.
It may not be that for some people.
Yeah, right. And if that's what you need, that's wonderful, and that's what you need and do desire, go ahead. But with someone else may look, their self-care will look so totally different, and that is okay. And it's not just one pier or pillar. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not just one pillar with self-care. Actually, there's 7 pillars. And can you name them all?
I don't know any.
No problem. This me. You're doing it. Don't give me a little, like we're not playing today. I'm sure you're already doing it, but
it might be 7 pillars, but everybody may not need to fix all 7.
Absolutely. So let me just spit it out for you. We're talking. Most people know the first one is the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, the physical, recreational, and I'm missing 2, environmental and social. Woo, that's a lot to put in one sentence. There's 7 pillars. Yeah. And so oftentimes, because we spend so much, if I'm talking to some of us, if this fits, wear it. There's some of us who like, well, my waistline is still a 28, and I work out 5 times a week, and then I do, what's the thing when they be stretching you?
Pilates.
Yeah, and I do Pilates, and I don't eat anything with a face, or had a mother, and I haven't had meat in 9 years, and they think they're so good on the physical, and they are. My only question is, how you doing with your spiritual? How you doing with the environmental things,
really,
and mentally,
too.
all of them, right? So there's, and then, let's say mentally you're fine, spiritually you're centered, emotionally you're okay, but you know what? If your environment isn't safe, you're not safe.
Right.
Yeah, but you still working that 27-inch waistline. Well, that's great, sweetie, but you need to be safe as well. Right. So what we're saying, we want to make sure if you hold on to nothing else, but the fact that, no one does everything great. For the most part, that's a safe statement. And one of the pillars, one of the areas may appeal to you more, or is needed more by you than the others. Yeah. We don't know, because one thing about self-care, you're the one that's assessing you. Unless something comes up that you really need to talk to a friend.
And it really does look different for
everyone. Right,
yeah,
right.
It's definitely different. But when you think about the 7 pillars that Sharyn just named, where you're doing well in whatever category. Yeah. So it's the other ones that you may want to take a look at, or just, at least revisit them, and just to make sure you are good to go, because that's what whole and happy looks like for me. Like, I just want to be on the same wavelength of all of them, and sometimes it's very hard to do, and especially the time and days that we are living in, it makes things just people popping off for no reason, and so things are just happening. And my daughter, for example, when you're looking at people on the outside, you look at them like they have it all, and she was just really going through a lot of stuff mentally, and a little physically as well, but mostly mentally. But when you look at it, you're like, wait a minute, but she's a very beautiful girl, yes, and she gets straight A's, in college.
She's a size 0.
So you're just like, what could possibly be going on with her, But when she's assessing it, she has to assess it for herself and figure out what she needs. And that's kind of what we all need to do, because I need to figure out which one of those 7 pillars that I need to put in place.
Absolutely.
And keep in place.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And all of them not going to be equal at the same time all the time, but sometimes you can get them close and feel just just definitely like you are living your authentic life.
Yes,
You
and
know?
to be as well as possible as you are living your
Right.
authentic life.
Right.
And as my self checkup, I would say, and now at this time in my life, and I'm 65 plus, I feel more spiritually grounded than I ever did in my
Right.
life.
Right.
Ever. The last 10 years of my life, but the last 5 in particular. So I look, well, I think I'm cool there. How you doing socially? What about the environment? What about, your connection with other people in the world? Rosa and I, obviously, we're very, very close, and we share so many things with one another. But what my needs are not her needs. It's as simple as that,
Right.
And though we talk about our needs and things like that, and I'm not talking about what's not just the love languages, but we talk about what else do you need, sweetie? What do you need to be fed? Not just talk, do we have a brief conversation after we do our morning prayers? How are you feeling physically? And I'm the last one to talk because the last 4 years has been very challenging.
Yeah.
Very challenging for me and for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not going through all the Jesus sees I'm glad to be here, and of course I am. But I'm just saying that it was very challenging, and if my if my physical was running low, how do you think that affected my spiritual?
Yeah.
How do socially, like whatever Rosa wanted to do, don't want to go, don't care who's going to be there, don't even have to invite me. I'm looking at Law and Order till I throw up. You know what I mean? I was just in that place, not in the bad space, but not in the best space either. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm the first one, look, you go ahead without me. Y'all go ahead. Y'all have a good time. Y'all get a new outfit, baby. You look wonderful. Because I just wasn't feeling people.
Right.
I was, if you will, I don't want to say I was on my pity pot, but I was doing some serious assessments of how is my health, because your health is your wealth.
Right.
And so none of us are spectacular in all areas. Spiritually you're pretty good. Socially now, hey, I'm there. Usually I beat her to the bell because we both are extroverts and we enjoy people. But when you're in there, when you're in that room by yourself or wherever you do your thinking, and I don't mean while you're driving, because you should be driving to not hit anybody and hope nobody hits you. But I mean when you have that alone time when it's you and you and you,
Right.
you just you haven't and I take that time. I'm very aggressive about my happiness. Mm-hmm. I am now equally aggressive about my health. I know I had to lose 40 pounds, and I've only done 21.5, but I'm on the road. I know I'm not trying to make any special deals with the angels.
Right.
Okay, and now you say, I know what I need to do. Okay, now I just got to do it. The environment, pretty bad. All you got to do is look at the news, right? Right? If you think you're doing okay, look at the news. That'll give you the blues, So again, the self checkup. We're all in different spaces at different times. You say what I need is not the same thing what Rosa needs, and it's surely maybe definitely not at the same time.
Right.
Okay. So be aware of that. So
but also be aware as for me, because when I'm thinking about the 7 pillars or the areas that it falls in, some of them I don't even care about, honestly.
But it's still there. But you should, right.
But
right.
I don't care about it.
Right.
I mean,
they all don't. None of them get prime time unless you give them prime time. Right. You know what I mean? Like I said, the person who thinks they're physically fit, but spiritually, you're the absence of your groundedness and spirituality is there, and you may not think it's a problem. So you're like, I'm cool.
Right.
I'm cool. But then you go on down the line and it said, whoa, there's other issues. There's other things that I really need to be thinking about and give it serious time and attention.
But just as though you think that, you're saying if this person is physically fit, somebody don't care to be physically fit. They probably should get physically fit, but that may not be your, number one thing.
Priority. No, we're not. Mm-hmm.
And so we just want to point out that it will look different, and don't beat yourself up if you don't care about one thing or the other. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of tap in, check in, just to see. And I wanted to bring up the other point that I was making earlier when I was talking a little bit about my daughter, and then how I had to assess it with me, because I was unequipped to really help her the way I should have helped her, because I wasn't really that great in the mental area either. So I had to start looking at me and looking at why I was doing what I was doing the way I was doing it. And I know the last episode, I was talking about how I just want, relaxation time. I want a glass of wine. I want to just, sit and look at movies. And that is one of the things I enjoy doing. But it's so much more that I was missing with allowing myself to be whole. So I had to take those assessment, and once you take that assessment, you have that information. It's like, what you gonna do with it now? You know what I'm saying? How do you go about getting yourself, the self-care that you need, and that is going to the doctors when you need to go to the doctors. Y'all need eye checkups. Go, especially if you have insurance. And one of the things that I don't do that well is go to the dentist as often as I should, and I have great dentist insurance,
right?
Very much so.
And what does Sharyn say about that?
That I need to go.
Yeah, right. As simple as that. I'm just like, there are people who are hurting or walking around with a root canal, needing a root canal. Not that you do, but they walk around. And I'm just saying, like, what is your problem?
I just don't like the dentist. To me, it's just that fear of, and so I just got to get past that. But I'm just saying that to say, do take care of what you need to take care of, because you get one body, and you have to take care of it from head to toe. So if that's mentally, physically, emotionally, environmental, socially, whatever, recreationally, I don't know, spiritually, get it in sync, get it together, and and
have the conversation.
Forward.
Do take the time to have the conversation with yourself.
Yeah,
with yourself. It doesn't. No one has to knock on your door and say, Sheila, it's time for you to get right with with your spirit. What? You know what I mean? Right. Sheila don't need to hear that, and maybe Sheila doesn't need to hear it from you. But when but it's your it's your relationship with yourself, and your ability to recognize and to take action on the simple act of taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take it. And it is self-care. You know what I mean? So your mama don't need to do it for you because you're a grown ass woman. Or man, and all I'm saying that it is very important, and in our relationship, like I said before, there's things that Rosa needs or doesn't need that I may very much still need double dose of. Right. There's times when like come on, let's go do this, let's go do that, and I'm just I'm not in the higher state of readiness for it. I mean, I go to acupuncture twice a month. I try to get a massage every second or third month, but I need to be doing that if not every week, but at least once a month. You know what I mean? She wants to go and, play with my toes and, match my nails, and I'm like, okay, I seem like I care more about my feet than my fingers. Yeah. What is that about? But whatever the it is, find out what it is and go pursue it. I have high social needs. I could easily, there's times like maybe it's Wednesday and I put it on the calendar, reach out and connect with 5 other people. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yeah, and Rose like, you've been on the phone for 2.5 hours. Well, just checking in with the people I care about. Right. You know what I mean? Action implies that things are being done. So go ahead.
And also, if you are single, this is probably the best time to figure out what you need for you. It's like the best time. You don't have to, ask anybody's permission, say where you gotta go. Right. Just take care of you. If you are in a relationship, it is great to have that conversation with your partner so that they'll know what you're doing, right, and be supportive of you taking care of you. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, right, you're going to be a better person, better spouse, better mother, better teacher, better whatever it is that you all are doing. It's going to be better for you both. So it's a win-win situation. Self-care is a win-win situation to whomever is in your circle. Because you are at your best and you can give them your best when you're at your best. And that's the one thing when I was looking at for my daughter, I was like, I can't give her my best. And that's what I want to do as a mom, is always, give my kids the best of me. And when I can, it's like, okay, I need to work on that. I need to work on that part of me. And why wasn't I able to show up, I'm saying, for her? Because I couldn't show up for me.
Yeah. And chances are you probably did a much better job than what you think you did. And sure, I mean, and I'm not making any assessment whatsoever. I just live with you and love you. You know what I mean? But, there's no one harder on ourselves than ourselves.
Yeah.
I go say it's like with, as I've struggled with my weight all my life, you know what I mean? And, like, well, didn't you know what you weighed? Oh, sweetie, there is not a day in my life that I don't think about the scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's been a lifelong problem. And obviously there's times when I did much better than I did at other times. You know what I mean? There was a time when, I was a tight 12, no excuses, right? And then you're 14, and then you're 16. Well, I'm a 16, I'm still in the game. Well, now you're 40, now you're 50, now I'm 68. You know what I mean? And that problem is there, but I still have the fight in me. You know what I mean? I have to watch what I eat. People don't believe it, but Rosa eats more than I do. and is that not true?
That's probably true.
No, ain't no problem. It's true. It's true. Because she's never had to worry about it. No one tells her only 3 cookies. I'll eat 6 if I want to. And God bless her. You know what I mean? So in the physical, chances are we probably won't go like this, but where we do connect at is the fact that she's running, she's walking, she's doing something else. She, babe, you want to go with me? We're roller skating today. I said, surely this is an invitation to my death. Right? So roller skating, honey, really? Okay, y'all saw Dateline. But in any event, what I'm saying is she helps me keep it in the forefront of my mind, you know what I mean? And I like that about her. But the bottom line is no one can do it for me but me. Mm-hmm. So I do what I can, and she gave me this wonderful little gadget. So I've got to get those 10,000 steps in every day. And when I hit it or go past it, I feel so good, and I'm like, hey, I did my 10. Those kind of things. So she's helping me help me. Okay. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, it's me. It's me. And like I say, no, you can't phone it in, you can't load it. You have to do it for you. Absolutely. So why are we talking so much about the self-care is because so many people don't do it. Right. If you do everything for everybody, what's left to do anything for you?
Absolutely.
It's just that simple. I'm just like, Janet Jackson say, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for you lately? and only you can answer that question. So that's where we're at today. Yeah. We're talking about it, and thinking leads to action. Action leads to hopefully improvement for you. Right. But just to think about it, to see it, and know where you're at and where you want to be at. And to identify your needs, because like I said, your needs may not be her needs or his needs or whatever, but chances are some of us are a little off on a couple of those pillars, if you will.
Absolutely. I know I am.
Yeah, so that's where we're at today. So you got anything else you want to add?
No, I think
that's good.
You did good.
Okay, yeah. So that's where we're at. It's part 2 of the self-care, which comes down to you taking care of you.
Absolutely.
And I can't think of a better reason than just so that you can be the best you can be. Yes. And you only get one. So take care of yourself. Take care of your mind, your body, your spirit. And I think that's what we have for today. As always, we're wishing you the very best
of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke.
And happy Juneteenth.
We love you.